There is a lot of media telling the stories of athletes, artists, businessmen, scientists, and others who, as their sagas go, defied all expectations to carve themselves a niche in the pantheon of heroes. In the face of their mighty accomplishments, one cannot help but wonder, what about the millions who will never shine remotely at this scale? What about those who toil away in anonymity to live a life without heroics? Who will tell their stories? We, the people. Okay, it's recording now. Okay. So how long have you been there already now?
In UAE?
Yes, in the UAE.
I came here in wait, it was in December, January. So I kind of came here in January. It's only been a few months, like I think 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months already.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you affected? Have you been affected by the some heavy rains?
Oh yeah, you heard about it?
Yeah.
Actually, my entire villa was flooded just yesterday. The road was blocked. There was a huge, massive drainage issue here, and not just that, but like there are some makeshift rooms here in some villas, right?
Yes.
Because people try to rent out every space and stuff like that. So because those were gypsum walls, they leaked through, and like water went inside the sockets, and the fuse blew.
Okay.
And there was no electricity here yesterday.
Oh.
And it was kind of bad. There was some fire as well, but it's all fixed now. The weather is dry again. So it's weird. Like I've never seen. I think I've been on and off in UAE for 7-8 years now, but I've never seen this kind of weather here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my first time.
That is climate change for you.
yes, definitely. Like nature is trying to like do something, correct its course or something. It's different now. Definitely.
Yes. Okay, so this was like a warm up. So let's try to start. Since this is the first interview that I'm conducting for this new project that I'm calling We the People. Just in the past 1 or 2 days, I was able to set up a website and an email account. So let's see how it goes. Would you like to introduce yourself? And as I said by email, you can be as anonymous as you wish, or you can say whatever you wish to say. Your name, where are you originally from, how old are you?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's fine if I don't stay anonymous. Like nothing to hide. Okay. My name is Muttahhir. That's my real name. Originally, I am from Pakistan. I was born in 1997. Currently, I am 27 years old. And that's about it. I'm just from a humble background. Nothing to like...
Okay. Can you tell me more about your family? How many brothers and sisters? Who is the eldest? More or less their ages and what are they doing?
I am the youngest in my family. And I have, how do I say it? My family is very complicated, but let's start from simple.
Okay.
Simply counting, we have 4 siblings. Yes, 2 sisters, 2 brothers, where I am the youngest. So the eldest are the 2 sisters.
Okay.
The one who is the oldest is 14 years older than me. So she is 41 years old right now.
41, yes.
Yeah, and then my other sister is 10 years older than me. So she is 37. And my brother is 6 years older than me. So he is 33.
33. Okay. Are they all married?
They are all married. I'm the only single guy in family right now.
And do they have children already or just married?
They all have children. The older sister has 2, the younger has 3, and my brother, his second daughter was just born last month.
Second daughter?
Yes.
Oh, fast. Because
he's been married for a while.
This is still somehow fresh in my mind that your brother got married, I would say last year, but I suppose it was not last year.
It's been 4 years.
4 years.
It's been 4 years. Time just flies.
4 years.
Yeah.
But your brother is with you right now in the UAE, right?
He left almost 2 months ago for his baby.
So he
Because
went
family was
back
in
to
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah, I'm alone right now.
So he went back to Pakistan to be with his wife as his wife delivers her second baby, correct?
Yes. He will be back here soon, like maybe in a month.
Okay, but apart from that, he's been, your brother has also been in the UAE for a long time. Is that right?
Yes, longer than me, almost 10, 11 years.
10 or 11 years he's been there.
Yeah.
Is that kind of common for people to be in the UAE, for people from Pakistan at least, to be in the UAE for that long working?
It's a mixed bag, really. Okay. But for the most part, it is. Because the culture here is just like you have jobs, so you're here.
Okay.
The moment you lose your job, you have no option to stay here, so people just have to go back. And once people go back to a country, there are differences. Like once you get used to life here and you go back to Pakistan, you like it for maybe a month, maybe 2 months, and then you start to get annoyed by the system, by the general littering, by everything, really, like the general decrease in quality of life. So people they either just come back to UAE to find more jobs, or they just tend to stay here as long as they can. If some they make outside, go elsewhere, like Europe or somewhere else, they settle, that's best for them. Okay,
I understand. Let's go back to your life in Pakistan before we eventually arrive to your life in the UAE. So what can you tell me about your childhood? I suppose that you went to school like any other kid in your city. Where did you grow up?
I grew up all over Pakistan, actually, because my father used to be in the military, at least back when I was born. And we used to move a lot, every year, every months, every 2 years maximum. Would be all over. I've been to the southern parts. I was born here in the middle Punjab, the main province of Pakistan, in a city named Sargodha.
Okay.
And shortly after, we moved to Peshawar, which is more on the northern side. Then we moved to Karachi, which is the extreme south, former capital of Pakistan. We even lived some time in extreme north areas like Skardu, where tourists go and stuff. But we had to stay there because he's military. Then he retired. Not really retired, he just kind of resigned. He didn't like the military too much. And then we settled in his hometown, which is called Jhang. That's where I lived kind of most of my childhood.
How old were you when you finally settled down there with your family? More or less.
So it was 2005 late.
Okay.
So I guess 8 years old.
You were around 8 years old. Correct.
Yeah.
And what is the educational system over there that you can remember about? I don't know, elementary school. Is it the schools just for boys, or is it mixed with integrated with girls? Was it a good educational system?
Even in elementary, these days is mixed, I know, but back then it was separated.
Okay.
For the most part, at least in the schools that I went, I've never really been to a mixed girls school up until when I was doing O levels.
Okay.
So before that, it was all gender separated.
Okay, so it was
separate buildings, not even separate classes.
Okay. I see. But it was a single school. And one section for girls, one section for boys.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any memories about any of your teachers? Were they good? Were they bad? Did you like the school? Did you hate it?
I never really hated anyone.
Okay.
Never. I have fond memories of them, but I have weird family memories of them. Because way back when I was until 5th grade. After that, we changed into a good school. But the culture in Pakistan was not so soft when it came to education, like teachers, they used to be frustrated. They used to like hit children, hit us. So I was kind of the good student always. Never really got hit unless I was late to school due to some reason, like forgot my homework or something like that. And like what they used to do, they would. This is so weird to mention. Like suppose you're the student, I'm the teacher, and I want to like punish you.
Yes.
I would send you on an errand to bring me the punish weapon.
Yes.
Like a stick or something. And then I'll use that stick to punish you. It was so weird. It wasn't like too brutal. I know when I say it out loud, it sounds like, oh my God, that's barbaric. But it wasn't really like that. But yeah, we used to get punished a lot. Then in 6th grade, I moved to a much better school called Chenab College. I think it's like one of the hidden gems not just in like Jhang, in the entire Pakistan. It's a great school.
Okay.
That's where I can say like my education really started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually feel there was a change in the education, that it improved? Meaning the facilities and the teachers were better?
Yes, everything was, because first of all, like the school wasn't really a school. It was like an entire university kind of big, but it was just a college. It was too huge, so many buildings, so many grounds, and everyone was like forced to speak English there. So I learned English very fast, and the teachers were actually focused. They had jobs. Like you could tell, like these guys, they were there to teach you. In the previous schools, the teachers will come there, they will just sit around, tell you a few stories, give you some homework, send you back home. It wasn't really education. But in CCJ, Chenab College, that's where like education, you could tell like they were focused on education, on providing you education, and that's where most of my memorable teachers are. My math teacher, amazing guy. My English teacher, he was just phenomenal. Like I think I owe whatever English skills I have, if I have any, to him. He really like ingrained his knowledge into all of his students.
Okay, but are you saying that before you enroll in this school, how old were you when you enrolled in this school?
No, that was 6th grade, right? So I was 11 years old.
11 years old. So before that, you were not receiving your education in English?
Oh no, it was in Urdu.
In Urdu, everything, math, biology, everything was in Urdu.
Everything, all sciences, all subjects. Like there was just one subject named English.
Named English, correct. And you would receive it maybe once every 2 or 3 days, or probably daily, but just one class.
It was daily, but like there was hardly anything to do. They would tell us like how to write letters. They would give us some, like, not even grammar. They would just give us some vocabulary and, like, spelling, and that's about it. Nothing else.
Like any other English instruction in any random public school.
Yeah.
So how come you changed school? Your father, your mother said, from that moment on, we are changing you to this other school. It's going to be more expensive, but we can afford it? Or how come you ended up in this better school?
First of all, we didn't even know it existed because it was so far out from the city. Like we used to take a bus that would ride for like more than an hour to go to the school. So when we learned about it, my father was the one who encouraged. He said like, you should go there. And my sister was the one who actually mentioned it. Like there is this school and I've heard good things about it because she used to be a teacher. And she heard it from her peers and stuff, and she was like, okay, we should give this, like me, the best education possible, because the others, my siblings, they've all been in Urdu schools only up until like universities. So they wanted to give me a head start, and
correct.
It was a great choice.
So you were the lucky one who actually got to attend this special school. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then you enroll in this school, and then suddenly all your subjects were in English, or did you have like, I don't know, like a 6-month period to really learn English and then start taking?
Everything was suddenly in English. Everything, except just Urdu, of course. So now it was the complete opposite.
And so how did you manage, since suddenly you were taking math in English? I don't know, biology in English? How do
Yeah,
you survive?
for the first year, it was hard. I won't lie.
Okay.
Like, it was difficult. At least thanks to my sister, she used to be like this really steadiest one. Even right now, she is really the steadiest one in my family. She used to like, even when I was in previous schools, she would teach me like English in private at home, whatever she could. And thanks to that, I had like kind of basic understanding, but the first year was still kind of rough for me. But I had a good mind. I kind of like adapted. Starting the next year, I was rolling around just fine. Yeah. Okay. And when I think it was like there is a year there called like pre-O levels. Like in 7th grade, they enroll you there. And that's where things really changed, really changed, because the education level was certainly much higher. Okay. And it was challenging and it was amazing. Okay. I could feel like now, after going through O levels, I could definitely tell like now my education levels was much better than my peers.
Okay, I understand. And so you were attending this school until you were supposed to attend university. Is that correct?
Until 10th grade.
10th grade.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of stuff happened in 10th grade in my family. And then I had to jump stations.
Okay, so meaning you had to change schools?
I had to change college, and then I had to change university again. Yeah, because in over there in CCJ, I could have gone until 12th grade. Okay. After that, it's just university, but I had to leave after O levels, which is the 10th grading equivalent.
So your year 11 and 12, you were attending a different school?
I was attending a public college. Yeah.
Public college.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, if you can you tell us what is it that happened that made you change schools?
Yeah. In my final years of O levels, my father went missing. Okay. Yeah, he's been missing since. And things were really hard for my family. We were kind of in shambles. Earlier, I mentioned like my family situation is kind of completely red, right? When you ask for how many siblings I have, that's because my father, he had 2 marriages.
But you didn't know until that stage when he disappeared?
We knew. We got along like with his second family just fine. There was a lot of problem before after my birth, but I was too young to remember. But when I started having my memory, I just remember getting along with the other family just fine. So I have 2 younger siblings as well. In fact, 2 brothers. Okay. But from a different mother. So he went missing, and a lot went on between both families. We were both panicking. The second wife, she wanted to just wrap things up, take the assets, run away as far away as she could, because we had no idea what was going on. She fired some FIRs on us, like claiming maybe we could have been responsible, even though we had nothing to do with anything. We had no idea. And anyway, all we had was just a house, surrounded in a community we never liked. The people there were horrible. And my brother had to, he was back there doing bachelor's. He did finish it somehow, but he had to quit. He was doing some driving then, and his driving work was what afforded me my O-level fees. But the fees were so high that I didn't really want to continue in that college anymore. So I moved to a public college, which was much cheaper. And frankly, I don't even remember those 2 days was so easy after O levels, going back to Urdu medium again. And really, I was do people even study here? I just remember passing 2 days and getting my degree and moving on. Okay. But due to these circumstances, I had to move out.
So tell me again, what was the city where you were staying at the time?
Jhang, Jhang.
Okay, so you were there. Your father one day went out and he disappeared. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it happens as it happens, his other family, his second family, your father's second family, was in the same city.
No, we were never in the same city. It was in a
Okay.
different city called Multan.
But were they far, nearish, farish?
On car, they were 3 hours away.
About 3 hours away.
Yeah.
So you knew that there was this family. You knew they had children. Your father had at least two younger children, and when your father disappeared, I suppose this must be terrible for any family to have a family member suddenly disappear and not know the whereabouts of the family member. But then this other family wanted some of your father's wealth, if you will, some of his.
They already
goods?
had everything because they were the favored family, to be honest. We were just kind of tugging along. I don't know how things turned out that way, but somewhere in life they did.
Okay.
So kind of turned out that way. They already had all the assets. My father, I don't know after leaving military, but he had a lot. He was getting money.
Okay.
He was doing various kinds of businesses. I don't even know what he was doing, to be honest. He had a lot of businesses everywhere, and really all we had was a house and like a monthly allowance. But I guess the other family, they got scared that now if he's not there, maybe we would try to like lay claim to something, and they wanted to secure, like the other wife, she wanted to secure herself, and she just created this chaos and just wrapped everything and ran.
Okay. And when you say they were the favorite family, you mean your father spent more time with them? Is that what you mean? Or among other things, he spent more time with them?
You know what? He actually didn't spend any time with any of us, not us and not them.
Okay.
But for the most part, he was with them. Like in a year, he would like visit us like twice a year. And he wasn't with us. He would visit like twice, thrice a year, maybe stay a week, sometimes a few days, sometimes a single night, and then just go away. And over there, you could say like in a year, he would spend 1 or 2 months inside the house. Compared to a few days here, but then he'd be on the move again. He was always on the road. He loved traveling. He was all over the world, all over the country. He was just a travel guy. You couldn't tie him down anyway.
So he was kind of an absent figure, not just because of his initial job in the military, but afterwards, when he retired, he was still absent from your life, essentially. He just appeared.
Yeah, at least if I come from my life, he was an absent figure.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, like, when I say it all out loud, like, it feels like, that's a textbook recipe for a terrible father. But I always somehow remember him being a great father. I never remember hating him or anything like that.
Okay.
I've never had any negative feelings about him.
Okay.
Still miss him.
Well, that is good at least. He was absent, but he was not the evil kind that appears and wrecks your life for a few days.
No, we always actually missed like having him back. Maybe not my mother, but at least I did. We used to play chess together. He was a big chess fan. Like, I think ranked number 13 in Pakistan.
Oh.
Yeah, and actually that's about it. He would just come, bring his friends and play chess, and then just go. Okay. Sometimes take us on trips and stuff like that. But he was nice.
I understand. Isn't it illegal in Pakistan to have two families like this?
No, it's an Islamic state. You can have 4 families if you want, legally. You can have 4 marriages, but like if you go by Islam, you need to be able to support both families financially and stuff like that. But it's not very common. Like if you say like, is it common? No, it's not very common. People just have one family and they just live normal. Maybe it was more common to have 2 families back in the day, but no, definitely not anymore.
But as long as you can support them, it is allowed.
Financially, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
As long as you can support them, you're okay. 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 So he disappeared, and you were around what? 17, 16.
So it was in 10th grade, right? Actually, not even in 10th grade. It was in 9th grade. So I was 14.
14. Okay. You had to change schools. You went to back to a public school.
Yeah.
Eventually, you finished the equivalent of high school, and you had to attend university.
Yes.
Now, if I remember correctly, you attended university online?
Yes. I was doing. It was an online university because I wanted to go into the workforce, like join work and do some earning right away. For the first year, first 2 semesters I did online, and then I moved to UAE, and the second 2 semesters I did in UAE and got my degree done.
So you moved to the UAE when you were already, what, 18?
Yes, exactly 18. As soon as I got my national ID, I moved to UAE.
Okay. And okay, so let's talk about the university. Is it kind of common at the time? Because we are talking about, if you were, this is before 2007, correct?
What was?
When you enroll in university.
2007? No.
2005?
2000. I graduated in 2015, so 2013.
Okay, 2013.
Yeah.
And was it common to have, or is it now more? Well, was it common at the time to have full degrees online in Pakistan? Because you were attending a Pakistani university.
No, that was and is still the only university that provides you that option.
Okay.
Yeah. In Pakistan, that's the only. And sorry, I'm just trying to remember. I think it was in 2015 that I enrolled, and I graduated. I got my bachelor's degree in 2017. Yeah.
So
it was in 2015.
2
when I
years.
enrolled to.
2 years to get your bachelor's degree online.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I could have gone for a 4-year program, but then I was already working here and stuff. It was too hard to manage my schedule, so I didn't go.
So from 2015 to 2017, correct?
Yes.
So does it mean that at the time that we got in touch with each other, you were in the UAE?
No, I was not in UAE. I was in Pakistan. I believe, I was 16 years old. I made my first, Upwork Odesk account back then. So it was Odesk through my brother's ID.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember we met around 2015 or 2016.
Yeah, it was around that time. 15 or 16, something like that. I was 16 or 17 years old.
But you were in the UAE or you were in Pakistan at the time?
I was in Pakistan.
You were in Pakistan.
I was in Pakistan.
Have you been to the UAE already, or were you in the process of going to the UAE?
No, I wasn't even in the process.
So you were
I was just going through all this mess in Jammu still with the other family. And
Okay.
Yeah. I was in the public college.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing my high school still. I wasn't even enrolled in university.
So you were still not a university student then?
No.
Correct. Okay, so and the reason why we got in touch is because of your ability to speak Japanese, right?
Yeah. It became my escapism somewhere along the way. Back when I was in CCJ, at first I just because there was a tip my father gave me to learn English, because I was having such a hard time when I initially enrolled there. And he told me to just keep watching, tune into English channels on the cable and watch anything that has subtitles. He said it doesn't matter if you understand it, just keep reading the subtitles as best as you can. And I really got into the habit of that. But TV kind of became boring. I used to have computer. So I started watching stuff there, and then I came across anime and stuff like that. Even though it was a different language, I was still just reading English subtitles or whatever. I just kept watching, And I don't know how it happened, to be honest. People just ask me, really. And I tell them the same story. And I don't know how it happened, but somewhere along the way, I just started understanding what was being said. I don't really have a formal education of the language, but I'm very confident in my in my knowledge about the language.
And so this happened when you were how old? When you started watching anime, and
I was 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
Yeah, it was in CCJ when I was getting my good education. But back then, my family, they didn't have the best. There was some very, how do I explain it? Some tense moments between my father and my mother, on and off. And whenever he would come around and whenever he was being talked about, it was like such a tense atmosphere. I just wanted something else to do other than my studies.
Okay. And so
this was what I chose.
Correct. And so anime was a form of escapism, and in the process you learned really good Japanese. Correct?
Yeah.
And eventually, by the time you were 16, before you enrolled in university, you began doing translations from, I guess, Japanese to English or English to Japanese. Is that correct?
Japanese to English, yeah.
In what was formerly known Odesk, right?
Odesk,
that
yes.
Eventually became what?
Upwork.
Which one?
Upwork.
Upwork, correct. Yeah. I met you when it was already Upwork, because I never used Odesk, though I am aware that the system used to be called something different before.
Yeah. I had just one more client before you. We worked for a few months. And during that time is what it was Odesk. It changed to Upwork quickly.
Correct.
I don't know. I don't know why. I still remember, back when I contacted you, it was still called Odesk, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe on your side.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
the updates came later or something like that.
So maybe it was one of those acquisitions that was slowly taking place and they were rebranding. Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe. And so you began translating anime for another client before, correct?
Yes.
Did you work long for this other customer?
Not too long. It was just a few months. He had a new website, Upstart. I was getting into the basics of it. I can't really say I was a professional back then. I was very passionate about it. To be honest, that's when I really learned Japanese. I got the work and I was confident I could do it. But when I got down to it, because I knew I was able to understand pretty much everything, whatever was being said when I watched those animes. But when I really got down to it to translate every single line, I realized no, I don't know what's going on. But I need to deliver. I need to do something good. So I would stay up all nights. I would search in the dictionary every single word that I was hearing. I would note it down. That's when my mind was in hyperactive mode. I really crammed in the study. And within those months, I improved so much. So much. My mind was working overdrive every single night. Every single day, I was just learning, doing every word, dictionary by dictionary and translating. So, there are no mistakes. I was kind of passionate about them. So when he would do quality checking, I feel so bad right now saying this. But when he would do quality checking, he would change the sentence and I'd be like, man, why are you doing that? That's not what they said. Why did he change it? And he's like, you need to make it sound better, man. It's not that serious. And I would get upset. I was young. I wasn't really professional. But anyway, after that, he got some... he has some own issues going on with the website, and he got some, volunteer work people. And then he didn't really need me anymore. He let go. That's when I met you.
He could find people to do it for free. So there was
basically,
no need to continue paying.
In the anime community, there's a lot of people they just do stuff for free. Even I used to do it. I used to do some written media translations for manga, for comics, but I never really did it for anime. That's more difficult, just to translate something from audio itself.
From audio, correct. Well, partially that was my inspiration as well. I think I told you at the time. Well, when I started that business, I did read some article about some guy from somewhere in the Nordic countries who began translating manga by themselves. He also didn't know any Japanese, and he took just a dictionary and he started translating and editing the mangas and then publishing them online. And apparently he got like this very hugely popular manga website. And eventually, after some problems he had, I suppose with copyright and that kind of thing, some of the larger manga publishers bought his website.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning this.
Yeah, so I remember reading about that, but I'm not sure who that was, what was the website, but that was my inspiration as well. Anyway, so returning to your own life. So tell me now, you went to work for the first time in the UAE. You were what, 17?
My first travel was in 17. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, my first travel was in 16, but I didn't get the job then. Then I went back in 17 and I got the job.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember one time you were working, but I don't really know when this happened. You were working for an HP distributor?
Yeah.
Was it at that time or later?
Not a distributor, like the HP company itself.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hewlett-Packard.
But was it when you were 17?
It was during 17 to 19, 2-year contract.
Okay. Yeah. Really? 17
yeah, it was
19?
My second job already. My first job was terrible. I had to quit after 7 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing in that first job, if you don't mind telling me?
Sure. It was an outdoor job, like property retail.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how, but I was somehow really good in interviews. I would get selected a lot, and that was the decent job. Like I thought it was decent, at least on paper. So I joined it, but the management was terrible. They wouldn't pay us for like 2 months. And there was no training involved. And even when I achieved my goals to close out, leasings, sales and stuff like that, they never gave us an incentive that were promised. It was horrible. I had to resign right away. During that time, I also got kidney stones. It was a month of Ramadan. And it was an outside job, and UAE, it's a hot country.
Yeah.
And while fasting, oh my God, I don't know, maybe my kidneys dried up or what, but I got severely sick. I didn't know I had this kind of issue.
Okay.
So, yeah, after my kidney stones, they kind of passed. So I decided this was not the job I wanted to do. So I left, and luckily I landed another job in HP, which was, of course, worlds apart.
Okay. So in the first job, your job was supposed to sell properties or at least advertise them to the passing public?
Yeah, property agents, how they do, you find something in a site, you contact an agent and they show you around the property and they close the deal with you and take commissions. That was me.
Okay. Yeah. Did you actually get to sell anything?
Oh yeah, a lot. I did my job good.
So who were buying these properties? The locals?
Yeah, of course, because no one else can really buy anything.
Correct.
Anyway. We don't have the permission to you can lease. There are some free zones area where you can lease for 99 years, but you can't really buy anything. Only the locals can buy. And my job wasn't really selling. I only sold one property, one plot somewhere. And my job was more leasing, renting.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-year contracts, 1-year contracts to people.
Okay, so then you got the job for HP. You were there for 2 years. You were
2 years, exactly.
Selling products?
Yeah. My job was kind of mixed. Essentially, I was a sales promoter for laptops.
Okay.
Then they put me in printers as well. So I got my own store. So here's the thing in UAE. Usually when you go into a store, the HP brand people, they have 2 promoters. Okay. They have one for laptops, one for printers. And I moved around a lot during that time. In UAE, different cities, they would keep shuffling people. And eventually I got a store in Abu Dhabi,
Okay.
Dalma, where I was handling both printers and laptops, and eventually even like software installation and stuff.
Okay.
I was there for like almost a year in that store, but during the first year I kept shuffling around different cities: Dubai, Alain, Abu Dhabi,
Okay.
like that.
At the time, your brother was also there, correct?
Yes.
Were
He
you
was
living?
in Dubai.
Were you living together, or given their different jobs, everybody was in different places?
Oh, we were in different places. Like, strangely enough, we never had the chance to live together while I was working here before.
Ah, really?
Never, like, because my first job was in Abu Dhabi, he was in Dubai, so different
Okay.
cities. Then when I was in HP, we were like together for maybe 10 days. And they immediately moved me away to Abu Dhabi again, and then from Abu Dhabi to Alain again, and then from Alain to again Abu Dhabi, and we were never really together.
I see.
Yeah.
And so you had your own apartment, or you were sharing with some other people?
Sharing.
Sharing. Okay.
Always bad spaces, because first you couldn't really get your own apartment, you were always moving, and secondly no one really gets their own apartments here unless they have a family living together with them.
Okay.
At most they get like a room somewhere, like just a single room, like a big something with kitchen attached or something like that, like the one I have right now.
You mean because it's very expensive, or
Oh yeah, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. But people with like really good jobs, they do, of course, get apartments and stuff. But for the most part, like working people like us, we just share spaces, bed space.
Okay. So right now, for instance, are you sharing with other people?
No, I have my own room right now. Like this time I wanted to live in. Let's
Correct.
just say that. Yeah.
So are you staying like in an apartment with a single bedroom? Is that what you mean, or
It
you are
is
renting
a shared villa.
a shared
And
villa?
inside that villa, yeah, I rented out a room which has like a walk-in closet and a kitchen inside.
Okay.
And there's a washroom which is outside but exclusive to me, like it's not sharing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, how much do you pay for that room?
For this room, it is a little on the expensive side because we came here in the rush period. We couldn't really find cheaper properties, so we might move again. Currently, I pay like 2,400 dirhams.
Okay.
For this. Yeah, me and my brother live here, but since my brother is not here, it's just me right now.
Okay.
So 400 dirhams, you can do the conversion. I don't really the rate.
Okay.
Know the rate for USD. Yeah.
But for the first time, you are living with your brother now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And this is in what city or what town?
Dubai.
Dubai. Are you living like in the outskirts of Dubai, like in the city center of Dubai?
Not the city center. It's kind of in the outskirts where like the locals live. It's very peaceful here, extremely peaceful here.
Okay.
Because in the city, of course, the more you move closer to the main city, it's just too rushy, too much traffic, it's too hot, and it's just not really comfortable for living unless you need to live there due to a job.
Okay.
Which people do. But over here where we are right now, it's so peaceful.
And where are you working now?
I'm not working in UAE. My work is purely online with you and
Your
my
side
YouTube
business.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
My brother, he has also left his job. He used to be a manager. He started off as a same like me, like a sales promoter, and then he got like a superintendent job in his company, and then he changed companies and became a manager. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I guess jobs are really not for us, especially when he was with his family and the duty routine and stuff like that. He left, and now he works freelance here.
Okay.
Freelance as in there are so many opportunities, installing routers. He has connections, selling, buying and selling cars, stuff like that. He makes his income fine, just like he used to when he had a job.
So he does a variety of jobs to support himself and his family. Is that correct?
Yeah, we are kind of a collective family. It's not like he's working alone.
Uh-huh.
Basically, whatever I earn, I send it to his account.
Okay.
I don't really keep anything to myself. So whatever he like, let's just say there's one family account, and he's the one who manages the finances.
Okay. And can you tell me again? You told me in the past, but so since you are not working for a company nowadays that you are in this country, how is it that you have a visa to be there? What kind
Oh
of
yeah,
visa is this?
you can basically like if you have connections, people, your friends or something like that, and they have businesses, they can just issue a visa for you, and you can pay them the cost of visa and not work. Basically, so we have a friend here. He has his own business, and luckily he had two allocations, quota, let's just say, that he could release two visas.
Okay.
For us. So we gave him the money for the visa. He gave us the visas to enter the country, do whatever we want. We don't really have to work do anything for him. Like so we have the work permit.
Correct. So the visas is as if you were working for this friend, even though you are not working for this friend. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a work visa. Yeah.
It's a work visa as if you were working for him, though in fact you are working on your own.
Correct? Even like the freelance stuff that my brother does, especially the router installing and stuff like that. Let's just say it's part of that because the company is an IT company and he has his cards from the company, from our friend.
Okay.
Like the business cards and stuff with his own name on it. So basically, he is kind of working under that, not me. I'm just home doing online work. But yeah, we do have work visas.
Okay.
To stay in the country.
Okay. However, the long-term project is to eventually move to
Europe,
to Portugal, correct?
Yeah, Portugal, anywhere similar where it's possible for us to go there.
And so, can you tell me again how do you think this can be achieved? This step of moving from the Middle East, from the UAE to Portugal.
So in UAE, it's easy to move anywhere from here, at least like to get visit visa and stuff like that, because the process they are more streamlined, they're simple, and if you have a healthy bank statement and a clean record, if you apply to any country from here, like a visit visa or anything like that, and they will go through your records, and it's very possible like they just say, okay, just go. They will not reject because in Pakistan the process is very complicated, it's very long, and for the most part they just reject everyone, especially these days. For the last few years after Corona, I don't know, the world has gone to shit, to be honest. It's so difficult. You can't really travel from anywhere from Pakistan unless you have a heavy travel history on your passport or have like a bureaucratic passport or something like that.
Okay.
So from here it's easy. And we're just hoping like we'll get a visit visa or like something like that. We'll go there, we'll test the waters, and with our skills, we might be able to land a job or something like that. And we do have like background, we have experience, we have decent experience working stuff, and maybe like once we find a way of entry over there, like it will take time, but we might be able to like settle ourselves there, and then eventually our families could have a future outside of Pakistan.
And so the idea then is that I suppose probably once you have more savings, you will apply for a regular tourist visa to go to Portugal. And once in Portugal, you will see if there is a way for you to stay there, either working for a company or opening your own business and settling down there in Portugal, correct?
Yeah, because there's also a possibility we buy an office here in UAE. If we can afford it, of course, it depends on the financial situation, and then we get something like we apply for something like a business visa and try to open like a branch office, in Portugal, and work through the business route. And like get a residence permit that way.
Correct.
Like, there are a few possibilities. There is also one possibility of like just seeking asylum, We don't really want to go that route right away, but there are some possibilities
And
that we're willing to try.
And what is your time frame to take this step?
Initially, we just wanted to like take everything and do it within 1 year.
Okay.
But now my brother, well, with his family, he has a daughter, newborn.
Yes.
And he needs to tend to them as well, and then eventually arrange for them to come here in UAE, which is getting harder and harder each passing day to travel for anyone from Pakistan. So it could take longer. It could take 2 years from this moment.
So you mean the first step would be for your brother to bring his family to the UAE?
Yeah.
And then at some point later try to take the next step of going to Portugal through any of the routes you have mentioned. Is that correct?
Yeah. One intermediary step could be like we just go there, test the water first, and come back if we can. But we're just still thinking what to do. But for the most part, like the general concept is this: like we'll have to bring our family here, and then we'll have to jump from here to there.
Are we talking about only his family, or also your mother and your sisters and their family?
Mother as well.
Okay. So you are just counting on bringing his wife and children and your mother?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Okay, I think that the last thing that I would like to talk to you about is if you can tell me more about your side business, and once more, as anonymous as you want to say, it's good, because I think this is something very interesting that many people in the world are trying to do, and somehow you have been able to do it as well.
The YouTube.
Your YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah. It started like in the January last year.
2003?
I just had this idea.
Sorry, 2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
2023. I just had this idea, like I wanted to try something in YouTube. I think I will not drop my channel name and stuff like that.
It's okay.
But let's just say it is related to like anime, manga and stuff.
Okay.
Which is like my main passing time every night when I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, I open my phone or my laptop and I'll read a bunch of comics and then go to sleep. It's just a habit at this point. And there was some content that I came across during that time, which I thought was, okay, maybe I could do that as well. And I guess it was just an idea back then. I started making some shorts, like YouTube shorts. I made a new channel. I thought, okay, let's post this here. I was starting to get some views, some subscribers like 1 or 2 subscribers every day or 2, something like that. And then it transitioned into long videos. And I don't know, after like the 3rd video, suddenly it popped. After my 3rd video,
yes.
Like, I don't know, traffic suddenly started coming to the channel. Maybe it was like just an algorithm thing or something like that. Or maybe people liked my videos, the way I narrated them. It was like I was doing some kind of storytelling stuff.
Yeah.
And they came, they liked, and I thought, okay, let's just keep going. I kept going and build up momentum. And then there was one particular story which really popped off. It like within a day it got like 100,000 views.
Yeah.
And it was doing amazing. And within like I think just a few months, I got like 30,000 subscribers.
Wow.
40,000 subscribers. And then I got a copyright strike.
Okay. For that famous work you did, or for some others?
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you get a copyright strike because of the anime, the manga that had become very popular, or some other?
Yeah, because it became popular, and I guess it attracted the wrong crowd. It just here's the thing, because the work I do is falls in YouTube, it falls in the transformative content. I take like existing stories and I narrate them in my own words. I write my own scripts. I like do all the narration for them. I edit them. I do everything.
Correct.
So it is called transformative work. But because YouTube works kind of weirdly, like say I am a claimer, okay? I want to claim copyrights to a certain video. I file a claim on that video. YouTube will give the benefit of the doubt to me, not to the creator. It will give the doubt to me that, okay, I guess he is the creator, and if there is a copyright infringement going on somewhere here, we want to be on his side and not the side of the creator.
Correct.
So immediately, without any kind of automated checking or something like that, I guess it's a bit weird, but they would give the strike to the creator.
Correct.
So that's how I got my strikes. I got the first strike on one day, and then the second on the second day, and the third on the third day. And my channel was now about to be terminated within 7 business days, which was terrible. And I was afraid. I don't know. How do people say it? I was shitting my pants.
Yeah.
So I met a lawyer who contacted me through my community post. Luckily, I was very active in my community, and he said like he deals with these things. He can help me out. He did help me out. He fought on my behalf, and because my work was perfectly legal, we filed a legal claim to YouTube, and we got the issue resolved. But due to those copyrights, I couldn't post for an entire month, and I lost a lot of momentum because of that. I lost a lot of traffic, and it was never really the same after that, but it's just a constant grind. I just do my utmost best. I post daily. I do my work daily. It's never been the same. The views you can't even compare them. Like some of my videos back then have made like million plus views now. But the videos I post now, they have like 5,000, 10,000 views at most. But you can't really stop now, can you? You just have to keep going. I do have my silver play button as well right now. You know, the 100,000 subscriber mark. I have like 124,000 subscribers now, something like that.
Oh, okay. So when did you get this copyright strike? What month was it?
June.
Last June.
Yeah, the month of June.
And since then, unfortunately, the number of views has not been as before. However, your subscribers, you have over 100,000, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's generating some income for you, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Of course, it's not the same as that. Like the June was my highest grossing month. Now it just goes down every month now. Even though my channel is increasing in subscribers, my revenue goes down every month due to the views. But you never know. It's YouTube. Like throughout this year, I've tested like it's kind of random. Your video can just pop off randomly, and you can go back to that stage again, or your channel can just grow to an extent that even when your videos are not like in the correct algorithm, quote unquote, you still have enough loyal viewers that you're getting stable views. So
correct.
Yeah.
So tell me about your process. Rather, I don't really want to say your process. What I'm interested is you are in turn you are hiring other people, right, to help you produce your content. Is that correct?
At first, I was doing everything on my own. Like from start to finish, I would find the stories, I would narrate them, do all the writing, and do all the video editing, thumbnails, and everything. Now I have a few employees. There are a couple script writers who write the scripts for me. There are 2 dedicated editors who do the editing for me, which increases the cost of production definitely.
Correct.
And I am in between every step. Like once the script comes in, I quality check it. I do all the editing of the script, QC. And once it's done, I am the one who makes the voiceovers. And then I send it to the editor, and then he sends, like before he used to send samples and I used to approve them, but now we just know it's okay. They're trained people now. So that's about it. They send me the video and upload them with the thumbnail.
And so your freelancers, where are they located?
Oh, all over the world. One in Africa, one in Philippines, one in Pakistan.
Okay. And
2 in Philippines actually.
Correct. And you are producing your product Like how many times per week? Every day?
Twice every day, actually.
Twice? 2 times every day?
Yeah, I post twice every day.
Okay.
And yeah, when someone else can deliver, I do writing myself.
Okay, and so that means that your freelancers are getting job every day.
Yeah, they have regular work. It's actually because of, to be honest, right now, like if I talk about today, my cost of production and my earnings are either the same or slightly in the negative. So, but I don't know, you develop this kind of relationship when you're working with someone, and now you like kind of know their circumstances, and I'm just like a very sensitive person. I just don't really want anyone to like be left out of work or struggle to find, because I kind of relate with them. So I just tend to provide them the best work I can, like steady as I can.
Work. So
Yeah, I just don't want to take the work away from them,
Correct.
even though it's kind of costing me.
It's costing.
Yeah, I just don't know. I can't do it. I'm weird like that.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I'm just hoping someday it will pay off. So let's just keep them on.
You are, yeah, I understand what you mean. You are hoping that it's gonna pick up again, and
Yeah.
and that your cost of production costs will be lower than the amount you can make, so that you can continue making this series. Correct?
Yeah.
I understand what you mean, but I'm surprised about the amount of work that you are doing, and that you can keep these other freelancers engaged every day. Do they have other jobs, or do they just do freelancing?
They don't even do freelancing. They just work for me. That's the issue. That's why I don't feel comfortable letting them go.
Okay.
Because they might struggle again. Because the freelance world is so competitive these days. Like imagine if I tried applying for a job today for the first time ever. Like back when in old days when I got my first job, how simple it was. I registered on the website. I found the job on the Google search itself. Like the job description, I was just kind of randomly typing if I have something I can do, work online. I signed up on the website in maximum 10 minutes. I was able to contact the client, and he was like impressed with my skills. I sent him a sample, and the next day I was able to get a job. Do you know how difficult that process is right now? How it is like, how many steps you have to go through just in order to register on yourself on Upwork?
Yeah.
Like there are so many screening tests. People have tried, like some people in my family, some of my friends, they're like, okay, man, you started off there. Let me start there as well. Guide me through it. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know what's going on anymore. They have so many of these tests. They have so many verifications.
Yes.
And so difficult. And you can't even like just apply to a job. You have to pay them some kind of proprietary currency to start applying for a job. It's so complicated. And the competition is horrendous. It's so difficult. Back then I just sent a message, and it was like, in WhatsApp, he replied back.
Yeah, correct.
It was so simple. I was really lucky, but the world is difficult now.
I see.
So the people, sorry, get back to the topic. The ones, they reached out to me through my community, basically. On my channel. They reached out to me on emails.
Okay.
Yeah, except one guy whom I interviewed on Upwork.
Okay.
And that was his first job with me. He has gotten other clients as well, done other jobs as well, but he's a really reliable guy. I don't really want. He's the one who's handling the most of my work on Upwork. So
okay.
I want him to stay with me. And the others, they reached out to me through my community, sent me private emails.
And they offer you their services. They told you I can do this.
Yeah.
You evaluated.
Yeah. It was their first, just like how I sent the first message to my first client. It's just like this. And they weren't really exactly trained, but they had the skills. So I had to do some training for some time, for a month or two. And now they're like full-fledged employees. They do excellent work.
I understand. Okay, Muttahhir. We've been talking for 1 hour already. And I
really? It's been 1 hour?
Yes, 1 hour. And I really appreciate
Honestly, I haven't been keeping track. It just feels like 20 minutes or something like that.
No, 1 hour already. I appreciate your time. and the opportunity you have given me to know you and to talk to you. And if nothing else, this will be published as the first interview of my new idea, and let's see how it goes. But I appreciate your time.
I really look forward to it. And if we ever need to do this again, I am available. It was just such a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Especially just talking to you as well. Like, I don't know, I've always considered you as a good friend. Any opportunity we have to talk, I like to take it thoroughly. You've seen my emails, right? So long.
Thank you very much. It has been nice knowing you for all these many years. It's hard to believe that we have known each other since 2016 at least.
Yeah. It's almost about to be a decade now.
Yes. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Sure.
Keep in touch. Bye-bye.
We will. Bye. Take care.